My name is Jimmy Carter and I'm running for president.
Jimmy Carter, the longest living president in the United States history, died aged 100 in Plains, Georgia, the town where he was born, in a hospital on October 1st, 1924. Carter served as the 39th President of the United States from 1977 to 1981. Jimmy Carter was awarded the 2002 Nobel Peace Prize for work to find peaceful solutions to international conflicts, to advance democracy and human rights, and to promote economic and social development. Carter spent nearly 2 years in hospice care before his death.
Today, America and the world, in my view, lost a remarkable leader. He was a statesman and humanitarian. And Jill and I lost a dear friend. I've been hanging out with Jimmy Carter for over 50 years, it dawned on me. And I had countless conversations over those years. And I always would be proud to say that he used to kid me about it, that I was the first national figure to endorse him in 1976 when he ran for president. There was an overwhelming reason for it, his character. What I find extraordinary about Jimmy Carter, though, is that millions of people all around the world, all over the world, feel they lost a friend as well, even though they never met him. And that's because Jimmy Carter lived a life measured not by words, but by his deeds.
Former US President Jimmy Carter shared a unique connection with India, one that extended beyond diplomacy. A village, Daulatpur Nasirabad in Gurugram district in Haryana, was renamed in his honor following his historic visit to India in 1978. Carter was the first American leader to visit India after the emergency era and the victory of the Janata Party in 1977. His address to the Indian Parliament on January 2, 1978 championed democracy and freedom, rejected authoritarianism.
After a decade of importing grain, India now stands with a surplus of nearly 20 million tons. This is a tribute to the growing productivity of your agriculture and the competence also of your administrative services. We applaud the grain reserve program that you've begun, and we would welcome the opportunity to share with you our resources and our experience in dealing with storage problems that surpluses bring with them. And the building of a new economic order must be undertaken in ways that promote constructive development rather than fruitless confrontation. Every country will suffer if the North-South dialogue is permitted to founder.
Jimmy Carter, son of a lieutenant who served in World War I, graduated from Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland in 1946. The Sea Wolf class fast attack submarine USS Jimmy Carter SSN-23 is named in his honor. After his graduation, Carter married Rosalind Smith.
James Earl Carter grew up in Plains, Georgia. Before the first grade, he already decided he wanted to join the Navy. Influenced by his uncle, a radioman in the Navy, he studied hard, and in 1942 he received an appointment to the Naval Academy. After completing the accelerated wartime program, he graduated on June 5, 1946 with distinction and obtained his commission as an ensign. After completing 2 years of surface ship duty, Carter had a few options open to him, but he chose to apply for the submarine force. Accepted, he began the 6-month course at the U.S. Navy Submarine School in New London, Connecticut.
Carter, a Democrat, defeated Republican Gerald Ford and was sworn in on January 20th, 1977. He served 1 year before being swept aside by Ronald Reagan.
Oh my gosh, he was so unique. A peanut farmer from Plains, Georgia. He won the presidency, I think, because he was the un-Nixon. We'd just gone through Watergate. Jimmy Carter said, "I'll never lie to you," over and over and over. People think that he was unsuccessful, but he passed more than most presidents do in 2 terms.
Carter battled stagflation in his time. However, in that short time, he did rack up triumphs like the historic Camp David Peace Accords, in which Israel and Egypt recognized each other's government officially. Carter once said, "Human rights is the soul of our foreign policy, because human rights is the very soul of our sense of nationhood." He succeeded in obtaining ratification of the Panama Canal treaties. Building upon the work of predecessors, he established full diplomatic relations with the People's Republic of China and completed negotiation of the SALT II nuclear limitation treaty with the Soviet Union. Carter later ran for Georgia Senate in 1962 and won. Going on to streamline the state's bureaucracy, he was widely considered a centrist reformer. He was also known for his humanitarian and charitable endeavors after leaving the White House, including his commitment to the Habitat for Humanity program and the Carter Presidential Center.
I, Jimmy Carter, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
There were serious setbacks, however. The Soviet invasion of Afghanistan caused the suspension of plans for ratification of SALT II Pact. The seizure as hostages of the US Embassy staff in Iran dominated the news during the last 14 months of his administration. Consequences of Iran's holding Americans captive, together with continuing inflation at home, contributed to Carter's defeat in 1980. Even then, he continued the difficult negotiations over the hostages. Iran finally released the 52 Americans the same day Carter left office. Carter survived his wife of 77 years, Rosalind, by a little more than a year. She passed away aged 96 in November 2023. He is survived by 4 children, Jack, Chief, Jeff, and Amy, and 11 grandchildren and 14 grandchildren. Thanks for watching National Defense.